Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Hi, this is Sam.
And I'm Tay.
Welcome to the Sam and Tay's Fantasy Football Podcast. And this is for round one wrap-up. And Tay, congratulations. You took down the juggernaut.
Oh, yeah, I did. And actually, let's correct it. It's round two, isn't it? Round two.
Oh, is it round two? Correct.
Yeah.
Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah.
Hey, multiple
round-
leagues is
round
like
one in
different
our
rounds.
league.
Yeah, it's round one in
round one
another
in your
league.
league.
These guys, and I'll bring that up later at the end of the podcast too about that. But anyways, yeah, were you surprised at that victory this past weekend?
Yeah. I mean, it was came down to I think it was the last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah. No. We will talk about that, Tay. Hold off
Yeah.
on that. We will definitely talk about that. Let's look at the matchups real quick here. Kevin versus Jim, and of course Jim won by 15, and then you versus is it Terry? Terry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you barely squeaked by 6 points almost, and of
Well,
course
yeah,
I'm not even going to worry about the consolation bracket or those
Yeah.
those people, you know.
Well, I feel bad for Kevin and Jim, well, not Jim, but Kevin and Jim. They both have the two highest scores, but they had to play each other. So
Yeah.
me and Terry played each other, and we had like the two lowest scores. So
That's how matchups work, right? You
Yeah,
know, and that's how it worked. Didn't your opponent complain last week about you two had the highest scores and then he
That's
had
right.
the second? Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know that's how it works sometimes, you know. But great. Let's talk about the first matchup real quick. Kevin with against Jim here. So geez, poor Kevin. You know, what do you think about his Josh Gordon reserved? You know, keeping him for so long.
I know, right? I mean, you would have thought he had it all locked up with Josh Gordon now, but Manziel kind of stuck it up. So
Manziel threw for 80 yards, and 48 of those yards was to Josh Gordon.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if Manziel can throw for 300, then Josh Gordon would have 150 of them. So he didn't throw for 300.
Yeah,
so it kind of hurt him.
And it's I don't know, Tay. It is what was expected of Manziel. At least for me, I kind of knew he was gonna come out because it's the Browns. It's not his fault. The line sucks, and it's not all his fault, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I think I figured they might have used his athleticism a little more with him, you know, with that double threat that he does. But it seems like they didn't really do that much with his running ability. So I think maybe they told him to stay in the pocket and try to throw the ball or something like that because. He only tried to rush it like about 5 times or something like that. So it's not like he took the ball and ran all the time. He probably tried to pass so much that he stunk it up.
Yeah, I don't know his exact stats, but they said that he was supposed to throw under 20 or less attempts. So I don't know if they did that. I don't know if they reached it or they stayed under it or went over it.
Yeah.
I don't know the complete stat yet, but. They lost by 15 points. There's really nobody on the bench that he could have switched out to make any difference here, you know.
Yeah, it truly wasn't because his other receiver was out, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty much it. And
so
he had nobody else to really plug in there. I guess he could have picked someone else, but why do that?
There's nobody else. Yeah.
Oh, he had him stashed all year. Why would
you know?
Even bother?
And then Jordy Nelson, bad time for Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers to just have a horrible game. Oh,
definitely.
Did you see that wide open, easy catch Jordy Nelson dropped?
Yeah, it could have been like a 90-yard touchdown.
Oh, it could have been a touchdown. Yeah, he hit him on stride. So honestly, you could have, that could have been a game changer for Kevin right there.
That probably would have been it. I mean, that would have been definitely enough points yardage-wise and touchdown-wise. Yeah, that would have been but he might have won by 1 point.
Yeah. Oh, God. And bad time for Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson to not do anything. I mean, they did everything all season, you know, and watch this. They're going to blow up next week. And then, Kevin's playing for third place then. You know what I mean?
Money back.
Yeah. So Kevin's Kevin and Terry will be playing for third place next week, and we'll talk about that too. Yeah. Let's take a quick look at Jim's team here. Pretty good. Odell Beckham Jr. Wow, 38 points.
Oh, yeah, he killed it. I mean, he carried his whole team. I mean, him and, of course, DeMarco Murray, you knew he was going to do that, but Beckham's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, they might as well just keep throwing the ball. He did do it to him 15 times. I mean, the guy, oh, wow, he had unbelievable stats that game.
Yeah. DeMarco Murray, surgery on his hand. Should Jim be worried about DeMarco Murray?
I'm pretty sure his first option is going to be picking up the backup just in case. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. I mean,
you better block
stupid
him.
not to.
You better block him.
I'm trying to block him, but
you hear that?
I might be lower than him in the second order.
But Roddy White has a decent game. Is Julio Jones is out, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so maybe you're hoping Julio Jones come back for the
I hope
championship.
So. I mean, I hope Julio gets back. I honestly hope all his players just get hurt.
Yeah, that's what I always hope for my opponent's team too.
Yeah.
But all right, Jim is in the finals. All right. Let's go to your matchup against Terry again. Good time for Terry to score under 100 because I mean if you see Terry, I mean he's been putting up consistent numbers over 100, not too like outrageous like 140 every week or whatever, you know what I mean? But consistently over 100. So good for you that it was out of his normancy.
Well, and I tell you what, I think a lot of it was just he had good matchups. I mean, I thought Jamal Charles was going to do so much better. Justin Forsett was playing Jacksonville, and they both just played normal, and they didn't even score. Like they were way below their projection, and that just killed them. I mean, they both scored almost like 20 points less than their projection, each. And so that was pretty much it because I thought he had this filled up because he had two running backs that had such good matchups, and they stunk it up. I mean, and Jamal Charles got vultured on one, and Miles Davis caught that other long one, so it was pretty much a done deal.
Yep. What do you think about him picking up Alex Smith and dropping? He finally dropped Kaepernick.
Yeah, it was
right.
Smart.
All season, I was trying to tell him to drop Colin Kaepernick because I hate Colin Kaepernick. Not because I want Terry to do well. It's just because I hate Colin Kaepernick. So
well, Kaepernick's been stinking it up the last 3-4 weeks, and he's still held on to it.
A long time, a long time. I mean, I think he might have 1 or 2 good games total, But anyways, no, Alex Smith was a great pickup. Wow. It's just weird, Terry was just playing so well all season, and then for you, convenient for you that he put up one of his worst numbers,
Oh yeah, definitely, and like I said, the running back situation was the biggest thing, and then Manziel I picked up.
Yeah,
kept Tannehill.
Well, let's talk about that. What are you going to do? Okay, this podcast will probably come after the pickups are done. So what are you going to do about your QB there?
I have one empty spot on my roster. I'll probably just pick up a QB. I'm not going to cut Manziel. I could start him still. I don't know.
Why, dude? It's the final game. It's the final game.
Because,
I mean, it's either.
I think he can come. I think he can bounce back. I think he can bounce back, have a decent game, and I don't know. It's not like I have an open roster. So to me, I'll just pick up a quarterback and I'll just have him on my bench. So I'll start someone. I have a couple options out there. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll wait and see what I'm gonna do and pick up someone. I'm probably not gonna start Manziel. I'm pretty sure after he scored 2 points for me this week. And it was a close one. Like I said, Ingram had a late last 2-minute touchdown. That,
you were. I just texted you saying, man, I don't think 2 minutes left, and I remember Saints just punt the ball with like a few minutes left, and I said, dude, even if Saints get the ball back, it'd be just under a few minutes, and I don't think they're gonna, they'll just kneel it, But lo and behold, they got the ball back with at least just above 2 minutes left, and Ingram ran in for that touchdown.
I know, 15-yard touchdown. I was like, wow. I was like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I kept telling you, I was like, I don't care how much yardage he gets. I just want a touchdown. That's
Yeah.
it. That would just seal the deal because the yardage, it would have went down to stat correction. I might have lost by Thursday, but at least with the touchdown, it gives me more of a gap, so I don't have to worry so much
Yeah.
with stat correction. So, yeah, I'm glad he got the touchdown.
Yep. So, yeah, you're in the finals, dude. You're in the finals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about next week's matchup. Let's go to the third and fourth place over here. What do you see about this matchup between Kevin and Terry?
I can see Terry pretty much starting losing. Go on a losing streak at this point since he's won all these weeks and
losing two straight.
Yeah, because he hasn't lost two straight all year, right?
Nope,
so
he just lost that one.
Yeah, I could totally see him, and then he's totally out of the money. Period. Because he looked like he was in the driver's seat to at least win something, and then now he may not win anything. So I could see him totally losing this one, and Kevin taking third place.
Yeah, like you said, Manziel can do good next week, and Josh Gordon can blow up because obviously Josh Gordon is the number one target there for Manziel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cutler, he gets most of his points in garbage time.
Yeah, fourth quarter.
Yeah,
he should just play the fourth quarter. They should play another quarterback for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And just have him come in fourth quarter. Right?
Yeah. I don't know if the defense put in the second strings already or
probably.
whatever.
That's probably what it is. He's not getting sacked anymore.
Yeah. So
no more sacks.
Cutler's a good receiver. I mean quarterback for them, and Gronkowski. He's always doing well. So I can see Kevin winning. We'll have to see, but that'd be a good matchup. But
it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, I can see Kevin winning this. It wouldn't be a surprise to me, if Kevin wins.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's third place. Like I said, Terry hasn't lost 2 all year, and this would be the worst time for him to lose 2 because then he's out of the money.
Yep. The good thing about Kevin winning is I probably won't send him the money because then I can just use it for next year's payment. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
I can just use it for next year's payment. So that way. But
Hey, don't be doing that with mine. You got to send me all the money. Don't be like. Don't be taking $20 for next year.
Why not? Okay, let's talk about the championship matchup, the finals, the Super Bowl. Show me your TDs.
I know, and it was supposed to be Wang and Bing, right?
Yeah.
This whole time, and
now they're out of the money.
Everybody.
Yeah,
we surprised everybody.
Yeah, shocked it. Yeah, look at both 7 and 6 team. You know what I mean? 7 and 6 team. You're like, now what division are Saints and Atlanta Falcons?
Yeah, the NFC South.
Yeah. It's like the NFC Super Bowl here, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Saints versus Atlanta. So
which is next week.
Actually, but they have losing records. So you guys have winning records. You guys have winning records,
Yeah.
But okay, looking up the matchup now. Again, I assume you have a different QB by then. But
I'm pretty sure I will.
what on Jim's team? Are you afraid of certain players? Are you afraid, or what are your concerns?
Well, Beckham's number one. I actually have Beckham in another league in one of my.
Is he streaky though?
Leagues.
Don't you think he's streaky?
Oh,
he blows up and then he'll be absent.
No. Look at his stats. Every game he's actually produced decent amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
Beckham has. Oh yeah, ever since he's plugged in as a starter, he's either gotten 100 yards or a touchdown each week. Oh yeah, he's been ridiculous ever since he's been the starter. Because they have really no other options, and Ruben Randle hasn't really panned out as he's been. So all they've been doing is sort of Beckham, and Beckham catches everything. So Beckham's pretty consistent. As long as Manning can stay upright and throw him the ball, I think Beckham will get at least 100 yards or a touchdown next week. Easily, because he's just their top target, period. And Eli likes to throw him the ball because he knows he'll catch it. So
now, why can't Stafford do that with Megatron?
Calvin? Yeah,
because just throw it up. Just throw it up.
Yeah.
Calvin will get it. Triple coverage. Calvin will get
it.
He
said that all year. Just throw it up. He can be at 50% healthy and he'll still go up and get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's Stafford for you.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah. What do you think? Of course, obviously you're biased here. So you think are you pretty confident that you'll beat Jim?
I think just based on the fact I have, I guess, more solid running backs. I think I like my matchups next week. Murray. Considering Murray, see how he plays. They're going to play him a lot, or
I mean, a hand surgery, dude. If I was a defensive player, I'll be swiping at the ball.
Definitely. Yeah. Even if it's offhand, I would still be going.
Yeah, because because especially if you're hitting the line and you're only carrying the ball by one hand, or even if you have two hands on the ball, which one hand is bad, dude, the defensive lineman will just try to swipe at it and yank it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think he'll practice, and then the coach will see if he can't hold on to the ball. And honestly, dude, if you only have one good hand as a running back, you can't secure the ball. You can't.
And to me, why risk it? Randall actually has done well in relief of Murray, just because the Cowboys have one of the best offensive lines running wise. So, why even risk it?
Why risk it? Because Philadelphia is on their heels. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's either It's either Dallas or Philly that's going to go to the playoff, right?
True.
Right.
That's true.
They both can't go. So Dallas has to win out. If they win out, they're in. I think, right?
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty close. I think there's other wild cards. I think that have equal records. I think they still have a chance, even if they don't. There's a couple of wild cards that have.
Yeah.
I think they're tied with them. So. Yeah. But I think the best chance is to win out, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think your running backs definitely take his running backs. Your receivers should take his receivers too.
Yeah, at least I have Calvin to kind of match up with.
Yeah, you just need to do something with your quarterback, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for the advice. I love that advice.
Yeah,
So what's your advice? Who do you think I should pick up next week?
Jeez.
Of all the ones that are out there, should I just go back for Tannehill? I mean,
you can go back for Tannehill. I mean, there's definitely nothing wrong with him.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about there's Andy Dalton. They play Denver. But I'd hate to go Andy Dalton because I know in your other league you're going against Andy Dalton, and I'd hate to root for him when you're. Yeah.
Andy Dalton at Cincy. That's good. That's not bad.
I mean, who would you pick up next week?
Let's see. I like Dalton. I like Dalton. I like Dalton.
Yeah. That might be my best play.
I like Dalton.
I might have to go with him.
I mean. And Kyle Orton comes in a close second from all this list right here.
Kyle Orton?
Yeah. For Buffalo.
Okay. I'll have to take a look and see.
Wow, no, you know what? Scratch that. Ryan Tannehill comes in second. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Bridgewater did great last game, you know?
He did. You know what? Bridgewater has actually done well last
3
games. Yeah. He's actually done well.
Last 4 games.
So, I actually have my eye on him. If I want to do that, right? And Miami's defense has been horrible the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. So you definitely have some options, if you want to do that with I don't trust Manziel. Yeah, I definitely don't trust Manziel.
Maybe Jim will try to block me and pick up all 3. Bench players.
Yeah. Well, Jim. If I was Jim, I would go for Dallas's backup just to handcuff.
Yeah,
just to handcuff.
Jim has 2 kickers on his team right now. Like, why do you need 2 kickers?
Yeah.
He should have picked up Randall last week, actually, just in case. That's what I would.
You never know.
Well, but that's what you have to do for your handcuffs, right? I mean, that's for me. I would pick them up because why would you have 2 kickers? Like,
true,
starting 2 kickers in this league.
I don't know. I think he's worried about a bye week coming up. I don't know.
Week 18 is a bye week.
So I think he was worried about that. But excellent. Yeah, it's a short podcast. Only 4 matches, and then next week we'll talk about 4 matches next week also. For the championship game. And in closing, I would like to say again, let's vote for a 17-week season because, I know everybody that missed the playoffs wish we had a 17-week season, to get that extra chance to get in, in that last playoff. Again, we'll vote on it next year after the draft. We'll vote on it. So make sure you guys vote on it. I will definitely make a plea to vote for a 17-week season. But,
yeah, I agree. I'm down with that because I think it makes it more interesting. At least it makes NFL worth watching for the 17th week.
Yeah.
You might as well. I mean, why not?
Exactly.
And by that point, you only have pretty much 2 teams that are playing for first place. So those 2 teams better make roster moves if they want to, if they want to win. So.
You just nailed on the head, Tay, about making football interesting to watch. I watched the whole game of Raiders versus Chiefs just because I have that Raiders running back, right?
Yeah.
I have him in my other league, And seriously, the NFL players. I know we're going off subject here, but the NFL players complain about fantasy football, fans bitching at them about fantasy football and all this other stuff, and they're like, I don't care about your fantasy football team. Okay, look, some teams are only what's the word? Relevant. Some teams are only relevant because of fantasy football.
Right.
Who the hell pays attention to the Jaguars, the Raiders?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who the hell pays
Tennessee.
attention to them? Yeah.
Who watches Tennessee anyway,
Yeah.
right? You have to root for maybe the wide receiver or something.
Yes,
Like, really, you don't.
unless fans like us,
Yeah.
general fans like us, play fantasy football, we watch because we have them on our team. So
absolutely.
all these NFL players that are bitching about fantasy football, about fans bitching about them, like, come on, guys. Some teams, heck, even Atlanta Falcons. Roddy White's the biggest one of them all. Who complains?
And they have to think it probably boosts up their fan base, right? Because you would think maybe, he's on my team now, I'm going to root for him. So
I'm going to root for him. Maybe get him to buy your jersey.
Yeah,
But anyways, yeah, you're right, Tay. It makes the 17th week more interesting. Not only that, but it makes watching games more interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like a gambler who gambles and watches the game, that's totally different subject. But for the casual fan that doesn't gamble but plays fantasy football, this keeps the fans interested. You know what I mean? In the whole season. But yeah, these NFL players complain about fantasy football. Screw that. But anyways, congrats, Tay, for making the championship. Good luck to you and Jim. And
cool, thanks.
We'll get back to this podcast next week. All right, thanks, guys.